Hello and hi. My name is Farhan Semadi. My metric number is 1913351, and for this presentation I would like to present about the final assessment for the economics of quantity surveyors 1. For the first section, which is the introduction, I would like to present about the factory biodata, which is the factory name is the Megatron Enterprise, where the factory is selling fresh cow meats as their production, and the location of the factory is at Muar Johor, where the Muar is the hometown of the owner. Okay, the factory is officially opened at the 9th October of 2000, where the owner is Hadi Farhan bin Semadi, which is myself. The second section, which is the resources of for the factory production. Okay, in these resources, there will be at least four resources where the factory needs to use for their production. The first one is the natural resource, where the example is the land. The reason why this factory need the land, as the factory need to locate their factory building, where the factory building is consist of management office, the cow barns, the slaughterhouse, and the lastly is the storage place. The second resources is the human resources. Okay, for example, the laborers. Okay, for the laborers, it can be categorized into two categories, which is the general laborers and the skilled laborers. Okay, for the general laborers, their work is to keep maintaining the cows, monetize the condition of the cows. For the skilled laborers, need knowledge to slaughter the cows according to the Islamic perspective, because majority of the household or the customer to the of the factory is the Muslim people. Okay. The third one is the manufacturer resource, where the example is capital. Example of the capital is the cutting machine. The factory needs this cutting machine because if the factory use the old school ways, where cutting the cows using the knife, it will make the production rate become slower. The less resources that needed in the factory is the entrepreneurship. Okay, for example, the factory owner, which is myself. This entrepreneur is a person that will combine all these three resources, which is the natural, human, and the manufacturer, to become one product, which is the cow mix. We're going to the next slide, which is the demanding and the supply, which is the relationship between the factory and the households. Demanding and the supplying occur when the households demand the fresh cow meat from the product market, and also the Megatron enterprise is demanding the resources from the resource market, while the supplying occurs when the Megatron enterprise supply the fresh cow meat to the product market, while the household is supplying the resources to resource market. We move on the next section, which is the market structure. Okay, basically, Megatron Enterprise is involving in the perfect competition market structure. Okay, there are five characteristics that show that the Megatron Enterprise is involved in the perfect competition. Okay, firstly, the category the what do you call it? The first characteristic is they're in the perfect competition, where they will have a lots of numbers of sellers and buyers. Okay. For example, in the perfect competition, they will not only the Megatron Enterprise is selling the the fresh cow milk, as there also has a lot of other factories that selling the fresh cow meat in the market. Okay, because of that, the Megaton enterprise uh, cannot make their own price, as if they make the price is higher than between the others factory, the household will buy the fresh cow meats from the others factories. Okay, the second characteristic is the selling homogeneous type of product, which is the fresh cow meats. Okay, this what can I say? The fresh cow meats is slightly same between fresh cow meats that sold by the Megaton Enterprise is slightly same with the others factories that selling their fresh cow meats. Okay, in terms of the quality, color, and design. Okay, so this household cannot differentiate this cow meat as it looks same to them. Okay. Next, the third characteristic is the free to entry and exit the market structure. Okay. At the beginning of the establishment of the Megaton enterprise, the owner, which is me, built uh, or can enter freely into the market of the fresh cow meats, as they will know, as I don't need any permission from the other factories to selling the fresh cow meats. Okay, sadly, if I will face the bankruptcy in these upcoming years, I will freely to exit the market of the fresh cow meats, as I also do not need any permission from the other factories. Okay. The fourth characteristic is the non-price competition. Okay. Because of the because of the because of so many factories that selling fresh cow meats in the market structure and in the market product, Megatron Enterprise had to do an offer such as discount during the festival of such as Hari Raya Puasa and Hari Raya Haji. Okay. Instead, the reason why the non-price competition occur is because they want to attract the household to buy more from the uh, from from the Megaton enterprise. Okay. Other than that, there also the advertisement where the Megatron uh, has doing an advertisement at the television, where local people, which is Malaysian, love to watch the television rather than the newspaper. Okay. The last characteristic is the perfect knowledge of the product. Okay. The owner, which is me, need to have a knowledge of the product, which is the fresh cow meat, uh, before I selling the fresh cow meat. I need to always adapting the current price of the market, market of the fresh cow meat. Next is the short and long run of the average cost curve. Okay, I will explain about the short run first. The Megatron enterprise will face the fixed cost. For example, the land where the factory need to pay the rent to the owner of the land. The labor where the need to pay the wages to the laborers, and the capital is need to pay for the machine that they buy or they rent from the other firms. The Megatron enterprise need to bear the fixed cost, even though there will be no production of the fresh cow meats on that time. Okay. Average cost or the average total cost will be derived from the average fixed cost plus with the average variable cost. Next, we move on the long run curve. As you can see the left side, which is the graph. Okay, basically the long run curve is combination of uh, lots of individual short run. As you can see at the bottom graph, there will be no fixed cost that the Megatron enterprise need to bear, and only has variable cost. Okay, from that variable cost, the factory can change their production level, the investment of the capital, and the amount of the labors based on their need. Production will be optimized when the marginal cost intersect with the lowest cost and marginal cost at short, as you can see at the short run 2 ST2. Okay, next, the second last is the price of factory product. Megatron Enterprise determine their price based on the industry of the fresh cow meats. Okay. For knowledge, industry is a combination of the combination of the factory that's selling fresh cow meats in a large of in a large now in for for information, industry is a combination of lots of factories that selling fresh cow meats. Okay, as you can see at the graph at the left, okay, there will be the demand curve, the supply curve, the price at the y-axis, and the quantity at the x-axis. Okay. The equilibrium position is determined is where the price where the demand is the demand and the supply is equal. Okay. The price of P1 is determined by the industry as if the industry put the price over at P2, the supply will exceed the demand of the fresh cow meats. While if the industry put the price at the P, there will be excessive of demand rather than the supply. Okay, the reason why is P2 has excessive supply than the demand, because the price is too high that the households cannot afford it. Okay, while if the if the price at P, the demand will excessive the supply, as the price of the fresh cow meat is too cheap, and the household want more than the factory can support. Okay, if if the industry put at P1, there will be no excessive demand or supply for the fresh cow meats. Okay. Okay, the last part for this presentation is the level of production for the factory. Okay. As you can see the table table at the left side, I have made a table from the output 0 to 7 kilogram. The level of production of the Megatron enterprise is determined by the by maximizing the profit. As you can see, the end right of the table where the profit has the output of the 6 kg kilogram as the most profit among the other output where the profit is around RM100. The factory or the Megatron enterprise will gain their maximum profit at the output of the 6 kg. But if Megatron enterprise want to sell more than their output of 6 kg, which is for example 7 kg, they can do so as factory still receive the profit, which is the 90 ringgit. I think that's all from me. Thank you.